Are you? Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to talk to you guys about Aquarius and Scorpio compatibility. I'm kind of excited and kind of tense at the same time. Now Aquarius, if you want to find yourself a Scorpio, you would have to look between the months October 23rd to November 21st. You'll most likely find those little critters. There. You're welcome. First off, Scorpio and Aquarius, they're really intense signs. It can go really bad or it can go really good. Now, I just want you guys to keep in mind, if you look at the Scorpio, you see a very mysterious person. They like to keep their life on private. And when you look to the Aquarius, you see a sign that wants to be alone most of the time, and they're very unpredictable. So they can be mysterious, but they're mysterious in a way where you don't know their next move. Whereas the Scorpio, you don't know anything about them at all, and they won't let you know what they're about to do. Aquarius gives you hints. They tell you their aspirations and their dreams and what they look most forward to. It's kind of scary if you think about it, because it's almost like a snake just laying there, and I don't want to compare the Scorpio to a snake because they are a Scorpio, a scorpion, matter of fact, if you will, and you know, scorpions, everyone knows that they're dangerous. So pretty much to get this whole thing started, I'm just going to lay that down on the line, and then I'm going to leave it up to you to compare these two signs and see where they lay with compatibility. Because from what I've studied and from what I've read and analyzed in reality, that they are like fire and gasoline. Hold on to that term, because I'm going to go back to it later in this video, and I just want you to think about it and keep it in your head. When an Aquarius and a Scorpio find one another, immediate attraction, immediate reaction. Let me say that again. Immediate reaction. These two signs are not afraid to show their personalities right off the bat. The Aquarius show their angry side quickly. They will also show how sweet they are, their really, really sweet side, immediately. Scorpio will immediately show their caring side, and they will immediately show their really, really jealous side. This is amazing because that's a very passionate side to them that they don't show other people. And it takes quite a long time for other signs to see that. And this is where they get one another, and this is where they fall apart. When the Aquarius sees the Scorpio, they see what everyone else sees. They see someone who's sexy, they see someone who's very confident, but they see someone who's unsure of what they want. And when the Scorpio sees the Aquarius, they see someone who's confident, they see someone who's unusual, and they also see someone who's not afraid to speak their mind. But they see someone who's very heartless. And Scorpio is determined getting into an Aquarian's world to make them as vulnerable as possible. And you know what, Scorpios, you win at that, because you eventually do make the Aquarius very vulnerable. And when the Aquarian sees the Scorpio and involves themselves into their world, the Aquarius wants to help the Scorpio see that no one is out to get them. No one. We want to be as loyal to you as possible, and we want you to understand that, and we want you to get that. But if you don't get that, no problemo. There is something so positive about them, but it turns negative. Usually when I compare two signs together, I'm like, it could really work or it really can't work. You know what I'm saying? It could just be no or a yes. These two signs, you just don't know. You really do not know where it's going to go. Because of the mystery, because of the unpredictability, it's almost like, how many licks does it take to get to a lollipop? I have no fucking clue, bro. Like, I don't know. I will say, though, that the Aquarius admires how talkative the Scorpio is. And the Scorpio knows this because they are quite quiet, you know, and they find themselves to be comfortable in the presence of an Aquarius. They will tell the Aquarius, hey, I feel really comfortable with you, I just want you to know that. And the Aquarius is like, yeah, everyone's comfortable with me, that's cool. But little does the Aquarius know that the Scorpio is not like this with everyone. Aquarius sees how passionate the Scorpio is. And it takes them a while to realize this. They hear from other people how Scorpios are intense and just want to get to the point. You know what it is? The Scorpio really wants to figure the Aquarius out. And Scorpio's thinking, you are so different than any other sign that I've met. You get me. You're so detached, and that makes me want you more. You are intense in your own way, and you're not afraid to tell me how it is, whereas everyone else would be so scared of me, and I admire that about you. I admire how intense you are. Like, I thought I was intense. You are so intense. Aquarius is going crazy because that's what the Scorpio does to the Aquarius. Aquarius is trying so hard to understand the Scorpio, and they are dealing with flip-flop. They are dealing with a smack in the face. They are dealing with a hug all at the same time. This is driving the Aquarius up a wall. And you know what? The Aquarius is kind of scared. Aquarius knows that they're getting attached in friendship or a relationship. This is just their compatibility. They know that there is no way out. This is where I bring up the term fire and gasoline. Gasoline can do so much for humanity, you know? Fill up your gas. It can, create a barbecue. It can feed you. It can do so much, and that's the Aquarius, a humanitarian. And then you have fire that can do so much, but kill so much at the same time. Again, I want you guys to think about this, because this compatibility is thinking. This compatibility is think before you step into it. If you are in a relationship with a Scorpio, if you are in a friendship with a Scorpio, I have plenty of Scorpio friends, and I love them to death. Don't get me wrong. They are one of the most loyal signs you can possibly think of in friendship. But when an Aquarian decides to get into a relationship with a Scorpio, you don't know what's going to happen. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about Aquarius and Scorpio in a friendship. Aquarius and Scorpio have no problems getting to know one another. Aquarius is really understanding that the Scorpio's talkative as shit. Scorpio is really liking the vibes that the Aquarius gives. That chill mode. That, let's just sit and talk and eat and go on adventures, and there's no awkwardness at all. Hallelujah. Aquarius loves this, because that's one thing the Aquarius cannot stand is uncomfortable situations, but Aquarius are pros at that. They can swerve and maneuver their way and make the situation less awkward. Scorpio can go along with the Aquarius and with their weird antics. Aquarius is a weird sign, and Scorpio likes that. Scorpio, again, wants to figure out the Aquarius, but they can't. And only control the Aquarius. That's something that the Aquarius is, a given to, because the Scorpio is manipulative, but Aquarius knows that, it's in good intention. They're being manipulative in good intention while in a friendship. Scorpio helps the Aquarius come up with new adventures and, plans the day for them and helps them try and go out of their comfort zone. And the Aquarius can, bring Scorpio into a social setting that the Scorpio has never been in and meet new people, meet their friends. That's when the Scorpio starts to get really jealous and is like, no, you're my only friend. Who are these people? No, I'm just kidding. But you know what? The Scorpio only has a few good pickety friends, like in the little fence that they bombard themselves with. If you are a true friend of a Scorpio, you've got in. You already have the VIP pass. It's good shit. You're friends with a Scorpio. Yeah. Not afraid of showing that intensity towards one another. Aquarius loves that. They love that the Scorpio will text them out of nowhere or call them out of nowhere and, set up a date to, go out with friends or go out to the club or, invite them spontaneously to their house for, a movie day or, making cake or something like that. You know, Scorpios are just, they will do anything, and they will, you know, hatch it into their little memory book because they're really good at that. I got some lipstick on me. We're gonna keep going. They provide such balance to one another, and there's laughter, there's no judgment. You know how, like, in some friendships, they'll be like, yo, dumbass, but that's them showing love? That's not a Scorpio and Aquarius friendship. They won't belittle one another. They only upgrade one another. Hey, love, or what's up, boo, or what up, mama, or what's up, bro? Like, you know, like that kind of stuff. They're just so with one another. And I love them in a friendship because they kind of dominate. You know what I'm saying? They love to take pictures with one another. They like to create little, like, photo albums and stuff. What else? They buy presents for one another, like, randomly. It's all around a great friendship. The only time that they will actually fight in a friendship is because the Scorpio wants to hang out with the Aquarius and is becoming, you know, attached to the friendship. If a Scorpio has a problem, the Aquarius is always ready to listen, you know, so sometimes the Scorpio won't get that the Aquarius wants their alone time. Aquarius will start to pull away. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking to you guys about oh god. Aquarius and Scorpio relationship. Let's do this as fast as possible. Aquarius and Scorpio in a relationship. Thrilling, scary. I'm going to be as real as possible with you guys on this compatibility. So when you think about an Aquarius and a Scorpio in a relationship, you think about, hey, how is this going to work? The reason you think that is because when you see a Scorpio, all you think about is how much they want to cling on to the partner, and they can't be independent. They're really clingy, and it's because of their jealousy, blah, blah, blah. When you think of the Aquarius, you think about how are they going to accept the fact that someone wants to invade their independence. I was in a relationship with a Scorpio. I can say that it was very rocky. And at times I was unsure of myself, I was unsure of him, I always thought wrong time, right person, but in fact it was the opposite. It was wrong person, right time. It took me quite a long time to get over the relationship. I think it's been like a year now, and I'm finally starting to understand what the relationship taught me. We were always back and forth with, it could work, it could work, fight, it could work, fight, it could work, and it just never was the case. I was unhappy, and at the same time I loved him dearly, but it just did not work how I wanted it to. We were always on and off, but finally we had gotten back together, and I thought it was going to work, and then we broke up. So what I can tell you guys about that is that I was kind of quiet about it, and I figured that the Scorpio compatibility would actually help you guys if you guys were in a relationship with a Scorpio, and I hope it does, because I'm going to be as verbal about it as possible from my experience. I loved him a lot, and I think he didn't really know that. He made me accept my vulnerability, and I always shut it down. I was emotional, but I kept it very low, and now I'm so okay with being a human being and knowing that feelings are real. I'm not an asshole, and I have a heart, and I do know how to love. I do know how it feels to be, you know, taken advantage of. It made me open my eyes to much more in life, come to the acceptance that life does go on, and sometimes the person that you think is the one is not the one for you. Sorry, I just got like so emotional, but you know, it's as real as it gets, and sometimes you have to put it down. You have to put it down. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys know everything, and I thank you guys for that. But now back to the compatibility. So This relationship is solely based on fighting. And it can be the type of fighting where you fight to connect, or you fight to disconnect and then reconnect. They will give each other a struggle, and it feels impossible for them to break through out of it, but eventually they do. I can't say that it will never work. This relationship is horrible, but if you want to pinch yourself and be like, is this real? This is the relationship for you, Aquarius. This is the relationship for you, Scorpio. You want something, you want a story to tell, you want to lay in bed and feel like this is it, this is something I need to write down and I need to tell people about. This is the relationship. A lot of times an Aquarius can do that. They don't come across someone as mysterious as the Scorpio, and once the Aquarius allows the Scorpio to come into their life, that's it. There's no turning back. Even if you decide to end the relationship, it's always going to kick the Aquarius, because Aquarius is always feeling like they didn't do enough, or they didn't, express themselves enough. They weren't affectionate enough. And the Scorpio doesn't realize that the Aquarius is left behind shattered and confused about themselves, about everything else, about a relationship. Have the Scorpio teaching the Aquarius about love, and that's foreign to the Aquarius. What is love? That if love is friendship first. Love is not just love, dive in, you're the first thing that I see, you're everything that I want. That doesn't make sense to the Aquarius. They're like, what is that? What is that? Scorpio is passionate, and if they love you, they love you. If they hate you, they hate you. That's it. Again, you can't really blame the Scorpio because of their intensity. It's scary, but I would say it's well worth it. It's a lesson learned, if anything. It can add some spice to your life. The only way you can really get one another truly is by communicating, and you learn that eventually. Now I'm going to give you guys advice on the signs. I'm going to give you the best advice that I can, and let's first start off with friendship. Aquarius, if you are in a friendship with a Scorpio, the best advice that I can give you is, I know you want to talk so bad, but the Scorpio is trusting you and is very talkative. Just keep your ears open, wait for that little bit of silence that the Scorpio gives, and then jump in and say what you gotta say. I mean, it's fun, but you know what? They trust you and they want to talk to you, and if they speak that much, just let them speak. Now, Scorpio, if you want to better your friendship with an Aquarius, I would say understand how unpredictable that they are. You already know that you can't figure them out, and you never know when they're going to do a change of plans, but just keep in mind that they have their own time and they need that alone time. They will hang out with you when you set a date or whatever, but just don't expect them to hang out with you consistently every single day. They need their space. They need their space. Now I'm going to give you advice on the relationships for these signs. Aquarius, if you want to better your relationship with the Scorpio, know that everything you say to them will be used against you at any point in time. They have a very clear memory. Just think before you say something, and I know that's going to be a little bit hard because they bring out that feistiness in you, but just, keep your cool. You don't want that to be destroyed. Now, Scorpio, if you want to better your relationship with the Aquarius, the best advice I can give you is chill, bro. They're not out to get you. You gotta calm down. They just want their space. They just want a mental connection. They're not going to show you love 24/7. They already allowed you to be in a relationship with them. I guess that means a lot. You're getting too intense with them. You gotta relax, turn it down a notch. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are an Aquarius or if you are a Scorpio, definitely let me know in the comments below. This video was so requested, and it's finally done. Hit me up on Twitter at GirlsOfAqua, and you know, just talk to me about whatever you're going through. I'm open ears to anything. Know that I need my alone time, but I'm just kidding. It's an overview. I have the Sagittarius video, then a Capricorn, then Aquarius, and then Pisces, and then the compatibility videos are pretty much over. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time. I will speak to you guys soon, and be kind to one another. Bye. I feel so corny with this. Bye, guys. Alright, I'm done. I'm heartless. Bye. I don't care about anything. I'm unemotional. Screw this. Screw that. Okay, bye, guys. It's like a vortex. Get your shit together. Now. Shake it, do what you got to do. I think that's why I'm an Aquarius, because I get so sick of my hair, and like, I just want to chop it all off. Like, I'm not a Pisces, so I don't like the mermaid locks. I just want to chop it all off, do a colorful do, and just get into the world and be like, hey bitches, look who it is. Yo mama. What you wanna know about dreams? Dreams. Ah! Just like twiddling around my room right now. Oh, it's coming out. Oh, okay. I just need my alone time. Like, can you not tell by my zodiac sign? I have 197 emails. Delete, delete, delete. We need music for this, because that's a lot of deleting. Yes, this is elevator music. 20% off? Yes! My finger hurts deleting all these messages. I didn't know elevator music was so bomb though. It's lit. This is lit right now. This is how I delete my emails, baby. Because I'm a nerd.